Hey guys, Possum Sausage Forge here. So a channel that I am subscribed to, he does a bunch of hand hewing. He has a giant collection of broadaxes, and he's decided to randomly give away some axes from his collection, and he would sponsor somebody to refinish the axe, get it up in working order, and then send that axe on to somebody looking to get into the hand hewing community. So I reached out and became a sponsor to fix up one of these broadaxes. This is the one that I received. I have already reshaped the bit and sharpened it, as well as wire wheeling all the rust off. It had a lot of rust. The pitting on the body, I will most likely be leaving most of that, as it is already quite thin, and it has a forge welded bit, so you can kind of see right there the two halves of the wraparound construction with the welded bit. This side, what's now on the left, you can see how that corner drops down more. That is how I received it. You can see how much closer that welded bit material is to the edge. So I didn't want to bring the entire bit back to get rid of this hook at the bottom or top, depending on how you hang it, because you'd only be left with, 3/8 of an inch of cutting edge material forge welded in. As I've been cleaning this up, especially that pit right there kind of tells you this is a wrought iron body, wraparound construction. You can see the forge weld that wasn't blended all the way, forge weld all the way up, and then the bit material, if it'll focus, bit material. Same on the other side. This one, the weld is actually kind of opened up. There's a lot of rust in there. I will probably put some fingernail polish or something on the edge now that it's sharpened, and then soak this in vinegar to eat all that rust away and try and stop the rust from continuing to eat away at the axe head. But you can see again the weld seam there, that weld that's opened up, and it's welded all the way down, then with the bit material. And the bit material, I'm kind of scared holding this one hand, this thing is razor sharp now. The bit material up here, you can see a crack in it. There's a crack there. This side, I don't remember if there's a crack on this side or not. Nope, this side looks pretty clean. But one of these edges, yep, this one right there, you can see some cracks in it. And they aren't cracks like from heat treat. What I believe it to be is this is actually a shear steel bit, where they would carburize bars of wrought iron, forge weld all that together, and fold it to create old school high carbon, the original high carbon steel. This is the handle that came in it. You can see it was retrofitted. It's got rasp marks all over it. And Dan, when he sent it, I think he cut the end of the handle off. He has a video about this. I'll see if I can figure out how to link that in the description regarding this axe personally, or specifically. But in the video you could see hew marks. And actually right there, this big divot right through here, that looks like where it was hewn out and the chip kind of got away. But you can see how much undersized this handle was compared to the eye. You put it in there, right? And then scraps of wood were driven up on either side to build up the width. So it's kind of interesting. Just some old farmer, handle broke maybe, and dug around the wood pile, found a stick that'd work, hewed it to fit, made do with what he had. Now this axe, come out here, the bit is not offset. You can see a little swell, little wave up there, but that's just from the forging, or it's been beat on. I mean, it's just wrought iron that could have got hit with a hammer and bent. This side's pretty straight. But you can see there's not really an offset to one side versus the other like you see on most hewing axes. So what we decided to do is grind the bit profile with a zero bevel or very shallow double bevel. So when it comes to hand hewing, which I have zero experience in, but I'd like to learn from the research that I've done, you would have a flat side on your hewing axe. The flat side would go towards the log that you're hewing, and your bevel could be on the outside or the inside, and it's all just personal taste. So by having this be a zero bevel or very shallow double bevel, it doesn't matter which way you hang it, it doesn't matter which way you use it, it'll cut relatively the same. And then especially with not having, you know, an offset on the bit. There's a good shot. So I'll see if I can set this camera up, flip you guys around. So because this is shear steel, there are still impurities in it, just like wrought iron. So I can't get a perfectly good, smooth, consistent cutting edge. There are little bits that are chipped out of it. You can kind of see up there. And that's just the nature of the beast with the shear steel. But I've gone through 3 sanding belts so far on my little 1x42 belt sander, just reshaping this bit. It is so stinking hard material. Let's see if we can. I mean, besides it catching on those little impurities, like I was saying, little pockets, I mean, this thing is, I'm almost scared to handle this, especially, I have not weighed this. It feels like it might be ballpark 6 pounds or so. Imagine dropping this on my toes. I'm scared of this thing. Right there's through, oh, I was off camera. Right there was through two layers doubled over. This thing is very nice. One note that I guess I'd learned from Dan that I may leave it up to Billy, who will be receiving this. I may take like a 1500 grit or a 3000 grit stone and just put a couple brush strokes across it like a micro bevel to slightly roughen up that bit. And I guess it must have something to do with helping it to bite in the wood, maybe not glance off. I'm really not sure. Like I said, I have zero experience in this. This is just for fun, and I hope to one day get into it myself. Definitely going to take some tracings of this, make a pattern, maybe forge one for myself. Sounds like Dan might be sending me one for myself to fix up. It looks like it was used as a splitting wedge, the one that he's going to be sending me. The eye's all whopper jawed, so that'll be time in the forge to fix that. But this one as is, just need to seal off that sharp edge, get rid of all the rust in it now, stop that from traveling any further. Haven't decided if I'm going to put a handle in it yet or not. Billy said he'd be fine doing that, and then get it shipped off, maybe make some log dogs for him too. So thanks for watching.